Hi, my name is Kim Darby, and I'll be talking about the digestive system. This is week 6, and the date today is April 9th, 2019. I'm going to talk about the path of the foods through the digestive system, and I'll be reading most of this because I wrote down all my notes, but it is too long for me to memorize, so I have to look at it. I'm sorry. I don't remember things like that all the time anymore. But to start off, use an example. I'm going to be using a piece of pizza. So I start off the digestive system, and I would take a bite of the piece of pizza, and that's where the food enters my mouth. Digestive begins there. So with the first part of our food, we chew with our teeth, mostly with our molars, which are the teeth in the back of our mouth. And that breaks food down into smaller pieces so that we can swallow. Saliva, which enters our mouth with 3 different salivary glands, coats the food so that it is easier for us to swallow, and it helps break down our food. Then it moves down our esophagus. Muscular contractions that we have call peristalsis helps moves the food down the esophagus and into the stomach. Once it passes through the stomach and enters through the lower esophagus esophageal sphincter that prevents the food from coming back up and kind of holds it into our stomach. Our stomach is a hollow organ, and people can refer it sometimes as like a container where we temporarily hold our food. While enzymes are being moved with the food for the breakdown process, our stomach kind of turns a little bit to mix it in digestive fluids inside it. So breakdown can continue to happen while food is still inside. So my pizza would be rolled around a little bit, and then once it is sufficiently processed, it would be continued to the next part. It continues to break down until the food is in the usable form. Cells in the lining for our stomach produce enzymes and strong acids to help make the process. Once it's done with that process, once it's done with that process, it's going to move down to the small intestine. The small intestine is the first in line of the digesting, and they consist of the duodenum, the duodenum, and the ileum, and it is 22 feet long in length and uses enzymes released to the pancreas and the liver to help continue the breakdown process. Peristalsis also occurs here. The duodenum continues to break down for mixing those enzymes all over so food can break down so the food actually can just break down more. The duodenum and the ileum is where the digestive actually occurs. Those nutrients are pulled through the bloodstream. This contains semi-solid substance where they enter the small intestines and they leave as a fluid form, and all nutrients have been absorbed. The food substance continues to our large intestines, going back to our pancreas. Our pancreas aids small enzymes that break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. It also produces insulin, which is the cheap hormone for metabolizing sugars. The liver plays a large role in digestive system by processing nutrients absorbed by the small intestines before they enter the bloodstream, and bile by the liver, which is produced by the gallbladder, also helps with digesting fats. It's considered a chemical factory because all these nutrients that are pulled out of small intestines. Large intestines, otherwise known as of the colon, is 6 feet long, muscular tube that connects to the small intestines and the anus. It is composed of the cecum, the ascending colon, the transverse colon, and the descending colon, and the sigmoid colon. It also uses paracelsus to move food through it and moves the liquid form through its entirely as the liquid form moves water, absorbing the large intestines. So that creates a small solid substance that we call stool. The stool then proceeds through the rectum, which is the beginning of the anus, then through the anus, which is the last part of the digestive system, where stool leaves our bodies when we go to the restroom. So my pizza goes into my mouth, down our esophagus, breaks down into our stomach to our small intestines for our nutrients to absorb, and through our large intestines where the water would be absorbed, then out of our bodies through our anus. And that is our entire digestive system. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless you.